I feel like my brain has like 100 million tabs opened.
You were saying this before,
Yeah.
and I'm going to steal that from you, right? Because I think a lot of people's brains have a million tabs open, and you got to start closing them.
Yes.
All right, welcome back to another Sauna Sessions with show. In the barrel sauna today, I've got Cass Greig. How are you, Cass?
I'm good.
Thanks for joining us in the barrel, in the hot room.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Now, would you mind doing the honorary ladling of the first water with the right hand? We've had to have some instructions on this one because we've had a few people getting a bit of a burn. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, nice.
Bit of eucalyptus in there to go. Yeah, go. Goes well. Two's good. Two's always good.
Alrighty.
Now, a bit of a backstory of Cass. Cass, you're a teacher, you're a wellness coach, you're a PT. You've got many feathers in the cap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I appreciate your time to come and have a chat and tell your story and get what's going on in your life out there. And and as I said, if some of the stories that you tell can help other people to improve their lives, then this is good.
Yeah. That's the plan.
Now, Cass, you did the full package today, didn't you? We did the Wim Hof.
Yeah.
We did the ice bath. She was going to do 2 minutes in the ice bath. Ended up doing 4.
Amazing. New PB.
Yeah.
Record that one.
You did it the freaking hard way, though. You got the legs in, and then you stood there. I thought, what are you doing?
Mid panic. Yeah.
But then you slowly got yourself into the water,
yeah.
and I'm like, oh my, this is torturous. But you got there in the
Tend
end.
to have that effect on people sometimes. A slow learner, just get in there, make it happen.
But then it was like you were just watching a movie and eating popcorn, and it just became quite simple for you.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. How do you find? Okay, so just for the viewers at home, I either offer the one-man package where you just come straight into the sauna, the 2-person experience where you can do the ice bath and the sauna, or you can get the deluxe package where you do the Wim Hof and the breathing, the ice bath, and then the podcast.
Yeah.
Right. So
the deluxe.
Yeah. Cass has gone for option 3, and we're doing the deluxe package today.
Yeah.
And doing it all. How do you find the breathing? You've done obviously a bit of Wim Hof before.
No, I've done little bits of Wim Hof before. Yeah, but obviously, breathing is life.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and find that many people, including myself, hold your breath often. You get in times of panic or when stressful things are happening and start holding your breath. So the Wim Hof breathing's amazing for grounding yourself, focusing, just getting the breath back. So in times of stress, like when you're getting into an ice bath and torturing other people watching it, I almost sort of said, just breathe, Shay.
It's great watching that, isn't it? Yeah, it's good. It's good being on the other side, being on the camera.
Just breathe into it. You can, if you can go through so much adversity just by focusing on your breath. Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
But I reckon our states have even changed since you walked in the front door. So we've done the breathing, we've done the ice bath, and it's only about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, but it's sort of like where you're on, you're set.
Yeah, so much energy.
Yeah, I totally agree. So then the ice bath, you were going for 2 minutes, you've ended up doing 4.
Yeah, so good.
What was the mindset like in there when you?
Initially I had to just stop myself because I have had panic attacks, like just getting into ice baths, and you get that can't breathe, and I knew that I can get in that state, so that's why I torture everyone by getting in slowly. It's like I'm just teaching people how to breathe,
So it literally hits you every time. There's an anxiety.
It hits me every time. The anxiety just comes up, and I just have to focus on breathing. So it's not the actual me getting in slowly. It's me focusing on my breath, and I have to regulate my breathing. And until it's regulated, I cannot get in the ice. If I just go in, I'll be like, and I'll be straight back up again.
It's not like she's halfway in. What's happening here?
Get in there. Make it happen.
Okay, start doing some breathing.
Yeah.
But the big thing is what was your song today? What did you choose?
What was it? I'm coming out.
Give us a few lines. I'm coming out.
I'm
coming out. I want the world to show. Yeah, it's a great song, but you got to choose a song because I think in some ways, like I've got a couple of songs that I use, but when I first did it, I felt like I was in the music.
Yeah.
And there's something kind of cool about that, but it's also the distraction that, you know, it's like you don't want to think, fuck, it's cold.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. And today's the first time, like, actually talking, like, too, because before I've had people go to me, just breathe through it, and you're like, I'm trying.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I'm trying.
But it's that changing your paradigm. If you're focusing on the negative, that's what's going to happen. Oh my God, I got to focus on my breathing. It's like, no, just like, let's just move through this.
But we basically we talk shit through your whole 4 minutes. Yeah. And then it's like, I mean, and like even with me, it's
I didn't realise I was at 4 minutes.
No,
I was like, that's amazing. So PB there.
PB.
Sweet.
Hey? Tick. Saturday morning PB.
Yeah.
Longest
bucket list.
Well, the ice bucket list. Yeah. Okay. It's been done. Yeah. Now,
so good.
Another reason that you know it's good to get you in the sauna for a chat is you've been through some things in your life and you've found some ways to actually deal or even progress yourself forward. Just want to give us a bit of a backstory who Cass Greig is and you know what things you do to sort of keep yourself moving forward, keep yourself getting better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Better like yourself.
Everyone has a story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's different chapters in your story. You know, some chapters will be really amazing and life's, you know, you're on top of the world feeling, and other chapters in your story, call it seasons, chapters, whatever you may not be, you know, you might be really struggling in life. And I have had a couple of those chapters, and you wake up in the morning and you're just like, oh, wow, it's a new day. We're here again.
Yeah.
But
Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog Day, yeah, absolutely. But you need to, I realised that I needed to reach out for help and support that, you know, I can't live my life waking up in the morning with these type of feelings. You should be waking up in the morning going, yes, I'm breathing, this is amazing, let's make the day happen.
Spot on.
Some positivity, but I just was continuously waking up in that negative mindset, and I was like, no, I've really got to change my paradigm here. So I reached out and to a friend of mine who's very, very successful, educational leader, been a school principal, has an Order of Australia, and he has helped so many people with a program, a coaching program, and it was at the time so unaffordable for me. But I was like, no, I just need to do this. I have to reach out. I have to get help. And we had a chat, and now I look back at my original thoughts of how I thought it was unaffordable, when in actual fact I would pay that 1,000,000 times over now because of the strategies I've been able to put in place because of it, in changing a paradigm. I
think, look, it's a tricky one because I think there are a lot of shysters out there that got
100%,
courses out there. So you've got to do your homework. But if you get onto something that you resonate with and it's in your frequency, then absolutely, you can't afford not to do it.
No, and I just knew that I thought, this is someone that's so successful, you know. And I'd been listening to heaps of podcasts, the high performance podcasts, things like that, listening to podcasts of coaches talking to athletes. And I learned really quickly that everyone has a coach. Everyone I view to be successful has a coach. And this person that who does run the courses and helps people immensely, I just sat there and I was like, if this guy is telling me at his age and how all of the successful things that he's done, that he didn't know who he was until after he did this course, I was like, how can I not do this? Like, you are so successful. I have to give this a go. So I put myself out there. I've actually done the course 3 times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Three times. And this is I'm actually doing it again a 4th time, but I've implemented strategies now, and I have become a success I'm a success coach now in terms of I would like to bring other people along on the
Nice.
journey with me, and I want to share what I've learnt with them.
Yep.
So I'm actually doing a leadership course at the moment so I can help coach people through
Awesome.
that as well.
What sort of a learner are you? Are you a visual learner or,
I'm very much visual, and I have to do it. I do not learn by watching.
Yep.
Like, I have to see it once.
Yep.
But I won't pick it up unless I'm actually in it and doing it. And that's what I like about these type of self-development courses, because you have to actually put the work in for yourself. And then if you can share some wisdom with some other people, that's amazing.
Are you a reader or an audio books?
I'm definitely audiobook. I need to move.
Yeah.
Do the ironing, do the washing, go for a run. Yeah, definitely. I can read a book. And you tell me I could read the page 3 times, and you go, Cass, what have you read? And I'm like, I don't know, mate.
Yeah.
Like, and people are like, but you're a teacher. I'm like, I know, but it's how my brain works.
Yep.
I listen to it, and I have to move.
Gotcha.
And I comprehend it way more.
So by doing this course 3-4 times, you learn something more each time you do it?
Every time.
Yep.
So there's actually a lot of videos. There is a lot of reading, but I've found a way to convert it into audio. So I can listen to it. I listen to it constantly, and it's like cognitive brain therapy.
Okay.
The more you are training yourself to do positivity, the more your energy rises, and you start looking for positive moments.
Yep.
So you're no longer
Yep.
in that mode of everything's doom and gloom. It's like, and you change the people around you while you're in that energy and space as well.
So you were going through a stage where you're waking up.
Yeah.
You had the negative thoughts. The people around you weren't too good either?
I've had to do a check-in of circle of friends. Are the people around you giving you the energy? Are they meeting your energy? Are they you need to be around people that are at least on the same energy level as you. If not, you want them to be up here. Yeah. So I quickly realized, like, I still love all my friends, but I realized, are these people I'm connecting with good for my energy and good for what I'm wanting to achieve in life?
Yeah, good question to ask.
And if the answer's no, you've got a choice. You can keep going down that path and keep doing what they're doing, or you need to be better. You need to level up, get on a different paradigm, and make sure you've got people around you who are doing all the things that you want to do and that actually celebrate the goals and the wins that you want to achieve. I realize I have a huge dream, and I'd tell people my dream, and people would be like, "You're crazy, and that's not going to happen."
You freaking idiot! What are you thinking?
Right. And now I'm like,
stay back down here with us.
And now I'm like, do you know what? You're actually not in my circle. And the hardest part is when sometimes family can be that too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so
it's generally from a place of love.
Absolutely.
But it's safety in the bubble.
Yes.
Don't go with the bubble.
Yeah.
Stay with us where there's a nice warm fire and
Yeah.
everything's comfortable and hunky-dory.
Absolutely. But now, like, my I've done a huge paradigm shift, and my energy level's way up here. I'm finding that I'm connecting with people who their energy's up there too. They've got huge big goals. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I wasn't surrounded by people like that previously.
Can you share some of your visions, your goals with us?
Yeah. I'm an educational leader, and I want to help other people to change their paradigms.
Okay, nice.
Be it children, adults. Obviously, being a teacher, children is, that's my love, my passion, my joy.
Yep.
But children, the old saying of, you need a community, you need a tribe to bring up a child is 100% true. I've got 2 children myself. So I've realised that you can't just help one person, you have to help everyone. So that's what I want to do. I want to help other people to change their paradigm and find their energy, find their purpose.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you feel you would have been on this journey if you didn't go through the tough times?
100% no. If you asked me even a year ago, Cass, you're going to be a wellness coach. We're like, no, I'm not. You're going to be an educational leader. I was like, no. Like, always had a dream to become a school principal of some kind. But, you know, I'm living that dream now so quickly. I am the director, principal of 2 kindergartens.
There you go.
And that hasn't happened by chance. And it's 100% my mindset now because I expect things to go well. Whereas previously I had this expectation of, oh, you know, this isn't going to work out for me.
This
is self-doubt. So, you know, who am I? Like, why would someone choose me? But now I have that...
The imposter syndrome.
The imposter. And it is hard to break because occasionally I have to catch that.
Oh, who doesn't have that self-doubt kick in? But it's like you got to shut the window on it.
Exactly, So that's what I'm all about now, is helping people work through that.
Yeah, awesome.
But you have to, in leadership... People want to see you going through that journey. And I've often had moments of, like, for example, I've had surgery on my leg recently and I stopped training. And I know that is the worst thing for myself or for anyone, to stop going to the gym. But I was...
So was that another reason in the ice bath you took a moment?
Stop. Just recheck, get the imposter out of you.
You've got the stitches out, haven't you?
Okay. Stitches are out. All good. But no, I had a few weeks there where I was going to physio and I had to actually teach myself after 43 years how to walk again. I was like, it's really quickly how your brain switches off when you're not moving.
I think it can be a slow burn too with walking. Like, I think you just fall into, or your hips get out of alignment and you start walking in a way that isn't quite as natural. So I think actually just going to see someone to get that sorted, your feet,
100%,
your hips, like just get those things sorted.
I had someone say to me, oh, no one, you know, all your money's going on allied healthcare. But I was like, how good? Great, because that's what I need right now, right? Bank account's low, but I feel amazing. And, you know, money comes and goes. I know that the bank account will fill up again. That's okay. But right now, that's what I need. So I was in a situation of like relearning how to walk because 2 weeks of not walking properly, my brain was just like, I could not get my foot straight. It was ridiculous. So I was at the physio he was saying, do this, and the neuron pathways break down really quickly. And there's that's a whole nother topic on brain development. But I actually met with one of my old CrossFit coaches and I was saying to her, look, I'm worried to go to the gym because I'm the coach, right? And I can't be walking around not moving well, not functioning well. And so I said, I'm actually not doing my exercise and I know how bad it is for me. And she said, stop. Just people want to connect with their leaders, right? And they can... what best way to do this? Go in there and show, like, I'm vulnerable. I can't do this today. I can't even walk.
Who's telling you this? This is some good advice.
Exactly. One of my CrossFit coaches, beautiful, beautiful friend. A lady. There you are.
Okay. Lee's going to watch this and share that to you.
I'll share this with you, lady. So, and she just said to me, you know, people look up to their leaders because they can make some type of connection with them. And I went home that day going, you are 100% right. I cannot do all the movements, but just the fact that I'm going in there and I'm actually actioning what I talk about every day about how important it is to be moving and active. So I started rocking back up. I was like, here I am. And I can't do all the movements, but it was really good from a coach perspective too, because I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to have to scale this for myself, but now I'm going to know how to do that for someone else. And if I hadn't have made myself go to the gym and I wouldn't have even thought about how to do movements differently or what I needed to do. And now I've had so many people connecting with me going, oh, you know, what do you think I should do here? It's amazing. And I just had that conversation with everyone. I said, you have no idea how hard it was for me to come here this week. Like, because I'm not moving properly and I can't lift the weights that I usually would. I'm lifting half the weights, getting quite annoyed going, this is ridiculous. I can lift more up and having to stop myself from putting more load on. How
important is fitness to you?
100%. So did a lot of work with a counsellor, life coach recently, and you have to work out what your values are and you have to start living by them. And my number one value is health. So everything I do now is around health, my work choices. I had a lot of job opportunities come my way recently, permanent positions that I'd chased in the past. And I actually went and tried one recently. I was like, do you know what? It's not aligning. It's not aligning with my values. This job is going to take some of my health away, some of what's really good. So I was like, do you know what? No, the more money might be in that, it's permanent, but is that aligning with your values?
I think people are starting to really understand that money doesn't mean success if you've got lots of it, but also, it's if you can listen to that push and the pull, and some things you're attracted to, other things repel you.
100%.
And you could have the massive paycheck, but being repelled by it, you're not going to be it's not going to fill your buckets up, is it, by doing those things?
And I mean, it's a revolving merry-go-round, I guess, money. It comes and goes. And I used to worry about money, but again, that's looking at the negative, and now I just have this sense of, it doesn't matter, more will come, and money will come eventually, but now I don't have that stress of money at all. It does, money has been coming in, right? In different ways.
So sorry, just back on the fitness thing, so you CrossFit?
Yeah, I do a lot of different things.
Okay, what's in a daily routine for Cass?
So on a really good week when I'm moving well, it is a 5K run, shuffle, jog, whatever you want to call it. It's a bit of a run.
It sounds like a triple jump. Run, shuffle, jog.
Let's run for 300 metres. Let's almost die for 300 metres and not quick. So it's people see me out there like, I saw you running. I'm like, you must have seen me in the good section. But I do like to.
That wasn't the shuffle section. That was the run
that
section.
Was the run. Run or a fast speed walk, 5-6 Ks every day.
Okay.
CrossFit, love to CrossFit. If I can get to CrossFit 4 to 5 times a week, I'm very happy. I do have a strength and conditioning coach, so I do that program as well.
Okay. And so
lots of weightlifting.
With the CrossFitting, you're coaching as well as
I am a coach.
Participating?
Yeah, I participate in it, and I'm also a coach for I coach children's classes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So, but I do have qualifications to teach adults as well. But I prefer the children. They ask less questions. They get on with it. Yeah.
They ask the questions they're not supposed to, but they're the best questions.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone wants to know the answers to those questions.
Or questions that don't relate to anything you're doing. I
used to work with kids, and they were like, Shay, why is your Adam's apple so big? Shay, your pants are falling down. Like they would, what's that mole on your face about? Like, if you had any insecurities, they'd pull you up on it.
I've had one kid go, are you pregnant? I'm like, because you look like, just a little bit like 3 months pregnant. I'm like, thank you. Reality check, get off the sugar cows.
At least you're not looking 6 months pregnant.
So kids are so, that's why I love working with children. They're honest, they're genuine. There's nothing to hide there.
So part of your vision too, you see these kids as a beacon of energy and light that you want to help them through their lives to turn into responsible, awesome adults.
100%. So if I think where I could be right now, if I had have known the strategies that I have in my life now when I was a kid. So if we can instill positivity and gratitude and changing building children up so their paradigms up here, their energy levels are up here, and imagine the world that we will be in if we can do that for our children.
I think there's a two-prong attack to that. I think that's a big part, is instill confidence in your children.
100%.
And just make them feel safe. There's just listening to a lot of stories in the sauna, everyone remembers their childhood, and for me, it was like hearing mum do the laundry. That was my safety net
Yeah.
You know, and I could hear the tumble dryer going around and around. And when I heard that, I was just off to sleep because I knew Mum was out there and I was
you're safe. Yeah. It's about building that identity for children to know who they are and where they're safe.
Yeah, but
who their safe people are.
Building that confidence as well in the like, because I don't know if I'd want to be a child in today's, it's. I think we had it pretty easy.
Yeah.
But in some it's hard being kids. But when you've got social media and all these other outlets.
But we know so much more now. We're so much more educated. We know so much more about brain development.
Yes, we do.
And, educating people about that, how important sleep is for children, getting off the social media, connecting with the environment, connecting with your own body, like just moving.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but technology is amazing too. Like,
it is.
How good is AI?
It's exciting but scary at the same time. There's a massive push and pull for both, like with technology and where it's going. But it's just it's one of those things that you can either find the easy way to do things, the hard way to, it's just one of those things that can be a tough thing to wrap your head around, especially with kids.
There's got to be that happy medium. Like we can't. I must admit, for a while there, I was the parent. I was like, anti-social media. No, it's so bad for your brain. Da da da.
Yeah.
But I went to. I love the Resilience Project, and one of my goals is to work for the Resilience Project.
Yep.
Just put an application in yesterday, so if they're watching, that's the goal.
Send this episode on.
I will. Yeah. So, and
actually, we've got footage of you two in the ice bath. Send that to them as well. It's like, this chick's bloody resilient, all right? She's got
4 minutes. Look at me go.
4 minutes and she's got a bung ankle, Yeah. So, hire her.
So it's about building up children's awareness and empathy and having that gratitude, but having the mindset of connecting with themselves. So, as I was saying before, I was the parent that was very anti-social media. My kids aren't going to be on it because I know how bad it is for their brain development, da-da-da. But when I was at the Resilience Project at a teacher seminar, an amazing human being called Martin got up and he said, you've got to connect with kids at their level. And I was like... that's what I'm doing wrong. Like, I realised, I wasn't connecting with the children at their level. And their level, you've got to connect with them in their buy-in. And their buy-in is social media. So that's where you need to be.
Yes, well, it's working with it.
Exactly,
But also, if you tell a kid they can't do something, they go, fuck you, I'm going to do it anyway, 100%. Times 10.
I'm still like that now. Tell me I can't do something, watch me. Tell me I can't get in an ice bath for 4 minutes.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, look at me go. Yeah, so, but
should have given you more of a hard time.
Let's see if you can do 5.
Yeah. Jesus. Hey?
No,
what a wimp.
For sure. Yeah.
do you find that if someone tells you can't do something, that
it's a driving force?
You
on? I'm like, if you tell me I can't do something, like, watch me.
You laugh in the face of it.
You watch me. I'm going to make it happen. Yeah.
And you hear stories about people doing extraordinary things off the back of something, or someone saying that you can't do it, you'll never do it, you don't even try. And
100%,
they're like, let me fucking show you.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to have too many people in your life. You want your circle to be high energy, uplifting. But you do get those people in your life where you're like, actually, I'm going to prove you wrong. Watch me. So
whatever story it takes to get the job done, I suppose.
So going back to like connecting with kids. So you've got to connect with them on their level. And if social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is, get on in it because that's your buy-in. But then through that you can educate them about how important their health and wellness is. But use those platforms because that's their currency. So you need to jump on it.
I think just setting the ground rules, setting expectations before you jump into any of that stuff. Because then if you don't, then there's no rudder.
No.
And kids can just jump on and the algorithms are going to go, yep, this kid loves this, and this, and then they're just going to keep watching the same
but I just
shit.
taught someone yesterday about how you can actually change the algorithm in Instagram or any social media. Someone taught me and I was blown away. I was
Is
like...
this by not looking at it and stopping on things?
Yeah, like you stop on things that you don't like to see and you actually tell it, no, I don't want to see this anymore. And really quickly, my Instagram feeds are just full of positivity. Like I don't get any of the other stuff that I don't want to see anymore, but I've had to program it. But it's the same as your brain. You have to reprogram your brain to think differently, and then once you start seeing more positively, more positivity comes your way. It's just like because you've changed your energy levels and you're not looking for doom and gloom anymore.
How's your awareness on social media? Like, because for myself, I could probably sit there all day and just scroll.
Do I use it too much? Absolutely. Yeah. Like sometimes I look at my screen time like, whoa, that's insane.
So I think when that came out, that was a big red flag for most people. It's like, holy shit, I'm spending 17 hours a week on Facebook or Instagram. And it's like, what else could I be doing in that time that's more productive?
Exactly.
So I think it was a good thing that came out.
Use it to your advantage. Yeah. So now I have that awareness. I'm like, okay, I've had to cut this. I actually went off social media for 6 months of this year.
Yeah, okay.
Wasn't on it at all.
Yeah. People think you've died.
Yeah.
Where's Cass gone? She's gone.
Apart from missing a few events, I felt like I didn't miss much at all. But then if you're talking about, society now, you've got to connect with people, and we are in a social media environment.
I think you can push against it, but it's just it's what's here and it's what's going to be here.
Yeah, but use it to your advantage now. So when I'm on Instagram, and because I've changed the algorithm, I've essentially changed the paradigm of my Instagram, so to speak. I'm seeing uplifting things.
Yes.
I'm wanting to educate myself. I'm wanting to find out more about different programs and wellness, aspects of wellness. And then I can share that with other people, and if they can find one strategy out of something that I've shared, that's amazing.
That's good. Yeah. I heard something the other day that actually rings very true is, how much time are you consuming as opposed to creating?
And 100%.
So if you're a creative, the world is your oyster online. You can create silly little videos, funny videos, like whatever, memes. But if you're sitting there consuming all the time,
exactly.
That's the bad part of it.
So it's having your awareness of what is it that you're doing.
I feel, though, that awareness is only half the battle. You still have to action it. So I don't know, just... Recently, I'm hearing a lot of people that are aware of something, including myself. I'm put my hand up, but they're not actually following through.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know I'm doing this. But I'm not actually and it's like, God.
That's what we refer to as the knowing doing gap.
Yeah.
So you know what to do to achieve that goal.
Yeah.
But what actions are you putting in place? You're not.
Yes.
So that's the knowing doing gap. So you've got to stop that in its tracks and what small action can I take today to get to my goal?
And look, I think it only is small. It only takes baby steps, and then the
100%,
momentum starts. The snowball starts to grow.
So, like what we were talking about in the ice bath, listening to my so many random stuff.
You were coming out. We just
we have to clarify that conversation.
Yeah, we better talk about this because you were telling me just before we did the breathing that you like to send your friends of yours cryptic songs.
Yes, cryptic
that
messages.
Have something to do with how you're feeling with the day, or just a message for them.
Yes.
Okay, so can you explain that? Please explain.
So if I'm feeling really excited about something, I'll send them the song "I'm Excited" by the Pointer Sisters. We're going out. This is really exciting.
Okay. But that's an easy one.
And that's an easy one. Yeah. But then I sent someone a song yesterday with a cryptic message in it, which was all about, feeling good, feeling positive. This is a new me coming out and feeling positive. And he sent me this song back, the one we were listening to and I was like, yes, this is going to be my song. But then I was like, oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah,
the words are, I'm coming out. And I was like, oh, people could see that as I'm coming out as
Of the closet.
Yeah, of the closet. And I'm like, oh, no, that's not what it is. It's if you listen to this.
No. I'm literally coming out. Yeah.
If you're that way inclined, like, that's great. Yeah. But that's not what it was for me. It's about I'm coming out, like, being positive.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I want to send you my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and just go to town. Work that one out. Yeah. What does that mean? What's he trying to say with that message? Yeah, but I like that.
I don't need any more boys going to the milkshake. The random messages I get recently, I'm like, please send me something else.
I don't even know what that means. My milkshake brings all the boys to the What does that even mean? But
I'll have to have a listen. I'll have a think. I'll let you know. I'll send you my answer in a cryptic song.
Okay.
For you to work out over the week.
What the fuck is going on? Well, I think that's a good game because it just spices it up with your friends.
And it's just like I decided yesterday that this song's going to be my anthem now. And that's like, I loved that you suggested in the ice bath because it's that paradigm shift. I'd already decided this song's going to be my anthem. And then all of a sudden you've made the suggestion. I'm like, yes, of course, let's do this. But even this morning, like for me, still waking up in the mornings can be quite tough sometimes. And you've got to have a goal. You've got to have a purpose to get up to. But last night I was like, do you know what you're doing is not working. Let's change it. I said, no, in doing gap, like I've known for weeks, you are not getting up. Like that alarm goes off, you hit the snooze. I hit the snooze button like 20 times. And then I'm like stressed. An hour's gone by. It's ridiculous. But this morning I just put the song on. Find your anthem. Find your song. Press play and just straight out of bed. Here we go.
It is finding your thing because I think when you wake up, you're not mentally strong. This is soft as shit, and you're coming to. It's like you've just been knocked out, and you're slowly coming to. So you're not mentally all there, and it's like okay, and so you do need things in place to get you out.
Some people do get up in the mornings and they're like, here I am. I am not that person.
He's working out what
all
type of
of my CrossFit coaches, so sorry for anyone that's seen me at a 6 a.m. time. It doesn't happen often, but when I do, it's like my body and brain is not functioning at that time, and I have to literally go back and do it at 6 p.m. and do it properly. I'm not like that, but that's probably a paradigm shift I need to change. I need to become a morning person. But I'm doing that slowly with little strategies. For example,
well, I think a big part is what time you go to bed.
That's true.
So if you go to bed at
100%. I'm a night owl.
My wife and I on Alexa tells us it's time for bed at 9 p.m.
And do you go to bed at 9 p.m?
We generally listen to her.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it's become a habit.
I have one of those that I've ignored. But I have strategies in place where the phone is away. I'm listening to an audiobook. I'm doing a bit of drawing or painting because I love to do that. And it's that wind down time. You need to wind down. Much better sleeping habits since doing that.
For sure. Yeah. So just back to the sleep thing. About 10 years ago, when I got out of bed, I used to get Woolworths mud cakes, right? And that used to get me out of bed. Now, it wasn't there's nothing healthy about this, but it was like, bing, okay. And because I knew I could have a cup of tea and a piece of mud cake.
I mean, that would get a lot of people up.
I think if you're getting out of bed with a Woolworths mud cake, let me know. But I had to obviously stop that.
And then you can come do PT with me. That's like my business.
But it's also like, okay, if that works, maybe there's healthier ways of getting out of bed that just actually give you that zing to get going. Because it was kind of a treat. I hadn't earned it, but it did get me out of bed. So it's like, okay, and there was a sugar hit, and there was just something about the Woolworths mud cake that just works.
How good are they, though?
For my birthday, all I want is a bloody Woolworths mud cake. That's it, But if you can do it with something like that,
it's a habit. It's creating a habit.
For sure. If it's putting your shoes beside your bed to go for a run. If it's doing the Mel Robbins, I don't know if you've heard of her, but she's like the 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes. I've done all of that. Another good one is when I was going through a time of quite traumatic experiences, it was actually a counsellor that said to me, Cass, you love moving, you love lifting heavy weights. And so I had to, goal for the mornings was I had to go to bed with my 20-kilo weight plate beside me on the floor.
There you go.
And when I woke up, I had to get up and pick it up.
Yeah, okay.
Just pick it up. And that, because I love lifting heavy weights.
Yep, that's your thing.
Love doing a deadlift. And you have to be very careful with this because you've got to warm up when you're lifting heavy weights. But for me, 20 kilos is fine. If you're just starting out, I would not suggest 20 kilos. Start off with maybe half a kilo. You
know what my swimming coach started me with was 2 Coke cans full of concrete. That was how I started doing all that stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and that were my first 2 weights. Remember, 2 cans of Coke with concrete.
Love it.
And it was basically harden the fuck up as well. You know?
eat a bit of cement. Yeah. I say that to people sometimes. I need to eat my own cement sometimes. Get on with it. There's no doing gap. Just make it happen.
You've got some other outlets there too, Cass. You said you paint, do you?
Yeah, I love painting and drawing. It's like you have to go back to what was it that you loved when you were a kid. So when you're finding your purpose, when you're finding your values, think back to your 8-year-old self.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
What is it that your childhood self loved to do? And for me,
what was your mud cake? What got you going?
Cake is drawing and painting.
Yeah, okay.
And then I was like, oh my gosh, I tell people how much I love doing it, but am I doing it? No, the knowing doing gap again. I'm not doing the things that I say that I love. I'm not putting this into action. So I've started, doing drawing and painting of a night time.
Nice.
And that's my...
That's your creative outlet.
Yeah, that's my creative outlet. Some people like to journal. I'm not much of a writer or a reader, but for me, it's like, what makes time stand still? So, and when you're a kid, you know that innately, but it's almost like... through the education system or whatever, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, we won't
open that can of worms.
Podcast, that one. Yeah.
But it's like as we progress and we have stress and we go away from the things that we love, we turn away from it. So you need to go back to your values. And, what makes time stand still for me is painting and drawing. I can do it for hours.
I think you're right. Because I'm 45 now. And there's a lot of things that I left by the wayside. And it could be, I think I was an insecure kid in many ways. I think everyone is.
Who wasn't?
Yeah. But as you said, there were little sparks that just got you out of bed to create or, do certain things.
Yeah.
And again, it can be that, from the parent, it's no one's fault. It's all on you.
Exactly.
The older you get, it's always on you. But it's sort of identifying the things that didn't work, and sometimes you do get pulled to something just because it's in the family. I need to go be that lawyer because Dad was a lawyer and Dad's dad was a lawyer, and it's like, well, I don't want to be a lawyer.
Be the accountant because Dad was an accountant, but you failed accounting. And it's like, hang on a minute, what am I doing here? I'm, getting awards for art at school, and
But I heard a quote. I think it was from Steven Spielberg. He said, "Listen to the whispers, because it's not always going to yell at you.
Yeah.
But listen to those little things that excite you, and listen to the things
100%.
that well, that's probably not for me. You pump the brakes on.
Yeah.
And I just thought that's so true. And listen to this as well. Yeah. Listen to the gut because
intuition. 100%.
Yeah. So any other outlets in Cass's world that so there's art. There's keeping fit. There's being a mentor to children. There's holistic. You're doing
100%. Like you have to live holistically. Doing that active meditation, things that works for you. So ice baths is huge for me.
Yeah.
I love a good ice bath. Even though you saw the anxiety that comes out, but it's working through that terror barrier for me.
For sure. You worked through it. I wasn't sure there for a second. I was like, shit, is she just going up to the knees?
She just told me she's done many of these, and here she is, slowly.
But the other thing too, that anxiety could just be a learned habit too.
Yeah.
For that first 20
correct.
seconds.
And see, and I'm aware aware of that now. So now I know the strategy. I have to breathe, have to regulate my breathing, you know, and then, you know, as you saw, I couldn't talk. I had to, I'm like, don't talk to me, mate. Once I've sorted my regulation out, I'll be able to speak with you. And then we were just having a conversation at one point, dancing in the ice bath.
Like, you went into this, it was like you were just waiting for a bus, you know, at the bus stop. You just went straight into chill mode. It's so good. And so ice baths, saunas, love a good sauna. This opportunity, I was like, I'm on it. We're just about to we're going to shut the door and actually have a proper sauna after this. Because you've paid for the full premium experience, so also like, magnesium baths. Or anything to calm the mind. Like, I feel like my brain has like 100 million tabs opened. You were saying this before, and I'm going to steal that from you, right? Because I think a lot of people's brains have a million tabs open, and you got to start closing them and shutting them down. And so that was another reason I want to talk to you today, is because you're starting to find ways to do that, and that is through active meditation, just regular meditation, ice baths, saunas. So you're finding things.
Magnesium baths. Meditation, like breathing, breath work.
Being in the now, living in the now, and you know, what's coming.
Well, as I'm doing this, I'm noticing a lot that I'm more like, so much gratitude's coming in. Like, even the other day, I was out for a walk and I was really aware that I'm just living in the moment now. You know, and I can be so thankful, where before my head would be in those 10 million places. I've got to do this, you know, and I was like, I'm creating this stress. And I'm forwarding this stress onto other people. And now that I have that awareness of, okay, we need to shut down like thousands of those 100 million tabs that are open and just ground yourself. So what is it that you can do where time stands still? So go and do the painting if that's what it is for you. I love walking and listening to music. Do the car karaoke if that's you know.
So you were saying before on the way up here, what's your karaoke song of choice?
Mysterious Girl by Peter Andre.
Mysterious Girl by Peter Andre. The 8-pack man. Love him. And you said you just been to one of his concerts.
I did. And
he's still got it.
I'm still so much in love.
And he's still got the bod in the 50s.
Oh my gosh, he does amazing.
Because he was like,
I'm very visual.
I think not my sisters. My sisters weren't into him, but I think a lot of women would have had his picture up in their bedroom growing up.
I was 100% one of those.
Okay. And the shirt was always open. It was a white linen shirt, and he's always had the 8-pack going on.
Absolutely. I had the signed copy, the whole works. It was boarded on board on the wall.
You had it framed.
It was framed.
Shout out to Pete. We got a signed copy of Pete Andre.
What it is, it's like obviously, like, women are quite visual people anyway. But for me, if you have a body like that, unless you're doing steroids or things like that, you're generally a healthy person. Like, you are taking care of yourself.
Well, it's one thing we can't hide. We can hide our bank accounts. But it's the one, like...
It's like, I wouldn't go to an overweight doctor. Because I'm not taking advice from someone that clearly needs. And I'm like, I'm not judging, because some people, like... I don't want to go into the realm of body dysmorphia and things like that, but for me, if I'm seeking advice from someone, they need to be actioning what they're saying.
Spot on.
If they're saying to me, you need to be exercising, you need to be eating well, and I'm like, are you? Unless you've, like, some people are generally overweight because they've got a medical condition. No judgment there, but
there is about someone who has this figure, and it's from absolute sheer hard work and discipline that they've got that. So you got to applaud that, you know. So that's, you know, it doesn't matter what they're trying. Like, if they can get up every day when someone else is eating KFC or mud cake,
and they're out there doing their run, lifting the weights,
you got to take your head up to that.
It's all about choices. We've got choices in life, and you might be in a situation where maybe you want to start putting some of these strategies in place. That's
Yeah.
great, but you've got to start. You've got to action it.
So,
Yeah.
Cass, what's the next step for Cass Greig moving forward? What are you looking forward to? What's going to get you jumping out of bed?
Helping others.
Yep.
Yeah, 100% is helping others. I mean, I do that in my everyday job as a teacher.
Yep.
Obviously, it's a passion for me to work with children. I learn from them every single day. People think I go to work to teach them. In actual fact, no. I go to work because I learn from them every single day, helping them develop.
Yep.
But I want to be able to do that for the community.
Yeah.
And so my massive dream is, like, I am a wellness coach, but my massive dream is building a community hub where children, not just children, families can come to our, not mine, but our community hub to seek support. So that will be like a bit of a one-stop shop. Like, the children can come and do functional movement activities, and build on that side of thing, but they can also tap into therapy sessions. So allied healthcare, occupational therapists, speech therapy, counsellors, psychologists.
Awesome.
So that's my big dream. I want to share all of the things that I've learned from education and allied healthcare professionals, but let's bring all these, so many amazing people, let's bring this together, because I do feel there's a missing gap in education in that kind of field. So
yeah, for sure. We won't get into that. But
no, we won't get into that.
Another podcast, but I agree with you. Yeah.
So, but coming from a holistic base, like, why this is the type of stuff we need to be teaching children in schools now. Mental health. Building a growth mindset, how can I better myself, but not just myself. What are you doing today that's benefiting others? Asking those, if you are giving children all of those strategies, the communities that we're going to build in the future is just amazing.
I actually want to get one of my nieces or nephews to come in and do a podcast, because I'm interested in what a 14, 15-year-old, what they're going through, what they're looking excited to do, or what scares the shit out of them. So
get down on their level.
Because I know it's totally different to when I was 14, 15. But I think I'm intrigued to just see their process and what gets them out of it.
As I was saying before, like how I learn so much from children, this is just like a really minute example. In education, we always talk about the environment, what it looks like, is it inclusive? And one day I was like, I've always got one too many pieces of furniture in the room. Like, I just wish I could just ditch something from this classroom. And I was really struggling with setting up the environment. And I had my daughter with me.
Feng Shui is huge.
You've got to get the Feng Shui right. And you can't have your back towards people and all those. So all those things are going through my head. And my daughter was badgering me, Mum, I want to do it. And I'm like, because I'm thinking, I've got to do this because I'm the educator, I'm the leader here, kid. Like, but I took a step back and I was like, do you know what? We don't give children enough for the wisdom that they have at times, because it's coming back to that intuition. Often what the answer is. It's inside of you. You've got to bring it out. I said, all right, you've got an hour. I'm done. I'm gone for it. I was literally doing a lap around the school oval on my own. And I left her to it, and I come back and the classroom was set up and I was like, I'm teaching children of her age. They know what they want. So you've got to give that power back to them. So that has really, that changed my perception as a teacher phenomenally. And quite often I'll just be like, well, how do you want to learn this? What do you think's going to work well for you? And let's go and do that. It's not a one-stop shop here.
Do you remember being a kid that no one really took you seriously because you're a kid? But I look at it today, and now because we're adults, I was like, well, they're an adult. They should know what they're talking about. And sometimes a lot of the times it's just like,
if you want to know something, or if you want to get something done, go ask a child.
But it is one of those things that it's sometimes flipped. Like, you can be the adult, but you're actually you're not giving any value. You're not giving misinformation. And it's like, hang on. The thing that scares the shit out of me is someone that says something so confidently is that's just plain wrong. And because they're an adult and they're supposed to be a leader in their field.
And you just take their words.
Yeah. Do
your own research,
Again, I think I know I can draw a lot from kids. And especially when I've got 9 nieces and nephews, listening to what they say and what's going on and like what's happening in the big lunch.
Yeah.
So I'm always intrigued to see what's going on there because I know I can learn something from them.
100%.
And if you shut yourself off to, my mentors and peers or people older than me, you're cutting out half a demographic there. The young kids can teach you so much. So
absolutely. Like I teach kindergarten now. And it's so much fun. But those children are so in tune to other kids. Like their sense of empathy is amazing. And I'm like, how do we lose that as adults? Or you see, you go on a train ride and everyone's like, as adults, don't sit next to me. But if you watch kids, they they want to be with each other. They want to connect. And as adults, we kind of do the other way. And so now, I'm building that confidence. And when I step into a room, I'm like, right, who can I look for to connect with now? Who can I go and say, hi, I'm Cass?
There you go.
And all of those connections are happening. Whereas previously I'd be like, oh, don't anyone talk to me. I'll just stand in the corner here. And
as we were saying off camera before, that kids are great for your insecurities as well. So if you're standing in front of a classroom, or we used to do kids shows when we were young, and kids would actually tell you everything that's wrong with you.
Yes, 100%.
The young ones, no filter, and look, it in some ways that is it's great. It's great because
they're so honest and genuine.
I think what are some things kids have told you?
Oh, yeah, I guess like what we were saying before, you need to go to the hairdresser, you got your Vegemite stripe happening. I'm like, oh, dear God.
You got a Vegemite stripe?
Because I like to get blonde highlights in.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I was blonde and then,
I'm trying to get a visual for this Vegemite stripe. Okay, so it's
Yeah, like probably got a bit of it happening now. I'm waiting for the next kid to say you need to go.
You got a Vegemite stripe.
Yeah.
That's a classic. Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, yes, this kid's going to answer a question. And that's what comes out of their mouth. I'm like, that lesson was obviously really boring. I need to check myself here and hairdressing appointment right away.
Yeah, I think so. I think some of the kids for me, was, what the hell is that Adam's apple? It's so big, it's so prominent. Like they used all these very adventurous words as well. Or your pants were down too much so they could see your boxes. Kids would always let you know.
I've had my own children. My mum was actually saying to me, she was looking after my daughter who's she's an extrovert, right? She just calls a spade a spade.
Yeah.
She was about 3 and this guy was outside the shops having a cigarette, right? And in my daughter's generation, they don't smoke cigarettes. And we've had those conversations. My daughter went straight up to this guy who looks like he'd just got out of jail, right? And my mum's like, what is this kid going to say?
Yeah.
And she's gone straight up to him, 3-year-old, so confidently going, you must want to die. And my mum's like, I literally wanted to die in that moment. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But he was so genuinely beautiful about it. He just was like, he realised what was happening.
There was, That's good.
He was like, you're right. No one should be smoking. I shouldn't be smoking. And he put the cigarette back.
So you got a word of wisdom from a child.
3-year-old. Yeah. Or like I've heard kids go, who eats the pies and things like that. I'm like, no. Yeah, but it's just kids will call it as it is. And their honesty.
I don't think you should ever forget there's a crocodile underneath the bed. You know what I mean? Like when you go to bed, you always had those imaginations. What's underneath my bed?
Yeah.
And I think it's not until kids sometimes reappear in your life that you remember those childhood memories. And they're special memories.
Kids are creators.
Yeah, they are.
Kids are creators,
Hey, Cass, I'd love to speak to you for another 3 hours, but... The camera, I think, is just about to melt, and we're running out of battery. But thank you so much for coming up and doing the deluxe package.
Yes, amazing.
Doing it all. We're just about to have a full sauna, jump in the magnesium pool, and then we are set for the weekend.
Live for it.
Yeah. But I appreciate your time and thanks for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming to the Hot Box.
So much gratitude.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. And if you want to come on a sauna sesh with Shay, just DM me, PM me, all the above. I don't know.
Buy a funky hat.
Buy a funky hat. Yeah. And come on in because, always love hearing people's stories. So thanks, Cass.
Thank you.